Before the day begins to fill with noise, before decisions start pulling your attention in different directions, take a moment here. You don't have to fix anything right now. You don't have to have clarity yet. Just pause. Maybe you woke up already carrying something. A thought that didn't settle overnight. A pressure you know is waiting for you. Or a quiet heaviness you can't fully explain. Whatever it is, you don't need to push it away. And you don't need to pretend it's not there. Just bring it with you into this moment. Today, we begin with Psalm 5. Not as a routine, not as something to get through, but as a way of placing ourselves honestly before God. No performance, no pressure to feel a certain way. Just a simple posture. I'm here, and I'm listening. Stay here for a moment. Let your breathing slow down. You don't have to rush into the day yet. In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice. In the morning, I lay my requests before you and I wait. Listen to my cry for help, my King and my God, for to you I pray. Just stay with those words for a moment, not rushing past them, not trying to analyze them, just noticing what it feels like to bring your voice to God at the beginning of a day. Because most mornings don't start this way. They start fast, with thoughts already running, with pressure already building, with a sense that you need to figure things out quickly. But here the psalm gives you a different rhythm, not solving, not controlling, not forcing clarity, just bringing what's real and placing it down, and then waiting. So right now, quietly, Father, I'm here. Before I try to handle everything on my own, before I let my thoughts run ahead of me, I bring this moment to you. You already see what I'm carrying. You already know what's been on my mind, so I don't need to explain it perfectly. I just place it here in front of you. There is something very simple in these words, and at the same time, not easy to live out. To begin the day by turning toward God. Not after everything is handled, not when things feel stable, but at the very start when thoughts are still unsettled, when answers are not clear, when the weight of the day hasn't even fully shown itself yet. David didn't wait until he understood everything. He didn't wait until he felt strong or ready. He simply came and placed what he had in front of God. That sounds simple. But in real life, it's often the opposite of how we move. We try to think our way through things first. We carry concerns quietly. We hold tension in our bodies without even noticing. And somewhere in that process, we start believing that we have to manage everything on our own. But this moment gently interrupts that pattern. It reminds us that the day doesn't have to begin with pressure. It can begin with presence. Not a perfect kind of presence, not a deeply emotional moment. Just a small, honest turning, a willingness to pause to acknowledge what is real and to place it somewhere safe. You don't need the right words. You don't need a clear plan. You just need a moment like this, where you stop holding everything by yourself and allow yourself to be held, even if only quietly. Father, I come to you as I am right now. Not with everything sorted, not with clear answers, just as I am. There are things on my mind that I haven't fully been able to put into words. Some decisions I'm unsure about. Some pressure I can already feel waiting for me today. And a few thoughts that keep returning even when I try to set them aside. I don't want to carry all of this on my own. So instead of holding it in or trying to manage it quietly, I bring it here. You already see what I'm facing. You already understand what I don't fully understand yet. So I don't need to explain everything perfectly. I don't need to organize it all before I come to you. I just place it here honestly. The concerns I can name, and even the ones I can't. And if I'm being truthful, there are parts of me that feel tired. Tired of trying to stay ahead. Tired of thinking through every possible outcome. Tired of carrying responsibility without knowing if I'm doing it right. So I'm not coming with strength today. I'm coming with honesty. And maybe that's enough for this moment. Help me not to rush past this. Help me not to go back immediately into noise and pressure. Just let me stay here for a few seconds more without needing to solve anything. Just being here with you. There is a quiet tension I often carry without even noticing. The need to stay in control. To think ahead. To prepare for every possible outcome so nothing catches me off guard. It feels responsible, it feels necessary, but over time, it becomes heavy. Because I start holding things that were never meant to rest on me. So in this moment, I'm choosing to loosen my grip, not because everything is resolved, not because I suddenly understand what to do, but because I'm beginning to see that holding on this tightly is only exhausting me. Father, I release the need to control how today unfolds. I release the pressure to make every decision perfectly. I release the expectation that I should already know the outcome. And more honestly, I release the quiet fear underneath it all. The fear of getting it wrong. The fear of falling behind. The fear that if I don't manage everything, things will fall apart. I don't want to live from that place. So I step back, not in indifference, but in trust. Trust that you see what I don't see. Trust that you are already present in the parts of this day I haven't reached yet. Teach me how to move forward without carrying everything at once. How to stay responsible without becoming overwhelmed. How to care without trying to control. And if nothing changes immediately, let something shift quietly inside me. A little less pressure. A little more space. Just enough to take the next step without fear leading the way. Father, there are still things I don't see clearly. Decisions that don't have easy answers. Situations that feel unfinished. Paths that seem to split in too many directions. And part of me wants certainty, something solid to hold on to before I move. But maybe I don't need to see everything. Maybe I just need enough light for the step in front of me. So instead of asking for complete clarity, I ask for something quieter and more honest. Give me the ability to slow down when my thoughts start racing ahead. Give me the patience to sit with uncertainty without forcing a decision. Give me the awareness to notice what is steady even when everything else feels unclear. When I feel pressure to decide quickly, help me not to move from fear. When I feel confused, help me not to assume I'm lost. When I don't know what to do, remind me that not knowing doesn't mean I'm being left behind. Guide me in small ways. In conversations, in choices that seem ordinary. In moments I might overlook. Help me recognize what is right, not because it is loud or urgent, but because it is steady and at peace. And if the path is still unclear after this, that's okay. Just keep me close enough that I don't drift into confusion. Keep my mind clear enough that I don't create pressure where there isn't any. I don't need to have the whole picture. I just need to walk without losing direction inside. Father, there is a part of me that keeps waiting for everything to settle down before I allow myself to feel at peace. As if calm only comes when problems are gone, when answers are clear, when nothing feels uncertain anymore. But that moment rarely comes. There is always something unfinished, something still unclear, something that could go wrong. So maybe peace was never meant to depend on everything being resolved. Maybe it begins somewhere else. Not in control, not in certainty, but in letting go of the constant need to hold everything together. Right now, I ask for that kind of peace. Not a feeling I have to chase, but a quiet steadiness that can exist even while things are still in progress. Slow down what is rushing inside me. The thoughts that move too far ahead. The tension I carry without noticing. The pressure to figure everything out at once. Let my mind settle into what is here, not what might happen. Let my body release what it has been holding all this time. And when worry returns, because I know it will teach me how to come back here again. Not by forcing calm, not by pretending everything is fine, but by remembering that I don't have to carry every outcome in order to move forward. Give me a peace that is simple, quiet enough that I almost miss it if I'm not paying attention, but steady enough to hold me through the rest of this day. Even if nothing around me changes immediately, let something within me soften. Just enough to breathe more freely. Just enough to continue without feeling overwhelmed. Father, as this moment comes to a close, the day is still ahead of me. There will be conversations, decisions, small responsibilities that don't seem important but slowly shape how the day unfolds. Help me carry what I've found here into those ordinary moments. Not as something separate, but as something that quietly stays with me. When I speak today, let my words come from a calmer place. Not rushed, not reactive, not shaped by pressure or irritation. Just steady, just clear, just enough. When I work, help me stay present with what's in front of me. Not jumping ahead, not scattered between too many thoughts. Just doing one thing at a time, with attention and with care. When I feel tired, remind me that I don't have to push through everything. Give me the awareness to pause before I become overwhelmed. And in moments with other people, especially the difficult ones, help me listen a little more than I speak. Help me not carry tension into every interaction. Help me respond instead of reacting. Let my faith show up in simple ways, in patience, in how I handle frustration, in how I treat someone when I'm not being noticed. Because most of life is not made of big moments. It is made of small ones repeated, often overlooked, but quietly shaping who I become. So help me stay aware of those moments today. Not perfectly, not all the time, but enough to move through this day with a little more intention and a little less noise inside. Father, there is a part of this psalm that stays with me. I wait. Not rushing, not forcing an answer, just waiting. And if I'm honest, this is the part I find most difficult, because waiting can feel like nothing is happening. Like time is being lost, like I should be doing more, figuring things out faster. But maybe waiting is not empty. Maybe it is a quiet kind of trust that doesn't need to prove itself. So today, teach me how to wait differently. Not with tension, not with restless thoughts trying to control what comes next, but with a steady heart that can stay present, even when the outcome is still unknown. When things don't move as quickly as I hoped, help me not to assume something is wrong. When answers take longer than I expected, help me not to fill the silence with worry. When I feel the urge to rush ahead, help me pause instead of pushing through uncertainty. Let me remember that waiting is not the absence of direction. It is often where direction becomes clear quietly over time. And even if I don't see anything change right away, keep me grounded. Not stuck, but steady. Not passive, but open. Just enough patience to stay where I am today, without turning uncertainty into pressure. Before we move on with the day, let's keep this simple. You don't need many words. You don't need to remember everything from this moment. Just a few quiet reminders you can return to throughout the day. When you first wake up, before the noise begins, before your thoughts start moving, just say, slowly, Lord, you hear my voice. Not as a statement to prove anything, just as a gentle reminder that you are not speaking into silence. When you find yourself unsure, standing in the middle of a decision, or feeling pulled in different directions, come back to this. You are my God. I don't have to decide alone. Let it slow you down. Let it take some of the pressure off having to figure everything out immediately. And when the weight of the day starts to build, when stress rises, when your thoughts begin to tighten, pause, even briefly, and say, you are with me, I can slow down. Not everything needs to be handled at once. Not everything requires urgency. These are not formulas. They are not something to get right. They are simply places to return to when your mind drifts, when pressure builds, when you forget. Small words, but steady enough to bring you back to what matters, again and again throughout the day. Father, as this time comes to a close, I don't want to rush away from it. There is something quiet here, something steady, and I want to carry that with me. Thank you for meeting me in a moment that didn't need to be perfect. Thank you for listening even when my thoughts felt unclear. Thank you that I didn't have to have everything figured out to come before you. As I move into the rest of this day, I ask for something simple. Stay with me in a way I can recognize. Not in dramatic ways, not in something I have to chase, just in small moments. In clarity when I need it, in calm when things feel rushed, in quiet reminders that I am not alone. Help me not to lose this as the day fills up. When I get distracted, bring me back. When I feel pressure rising, slow me down. When I forget, gently remind me again. I don't know how everything will unfold today, but I don't need to. Just give me enough presence to move through it well, step by step, moment by moment. And whatever comes, keep my heart steady, my thoughts clear, and my attention close to you. Amen. Before you move on, just take one more quiet breath. Notice where you are right now. Maybe nothing dramatic has changed. Maybe the situations are still the same. But if something inside you feels even slightly calmer, a little less rushed, a little more steady, hold on to that. You don't need to force it to stay. Just don't let it slip away unnoticed. As the day continues, there will be moments when things speed up again. When your thoughts begin to scatter. When pressure quietly returns. And when that happens, you don't have to start over. Just come back. Even for a few seconds, come back to your breath. Come back to a simple thought. You are not carrying this day alone. If you feel comfortable, you can leave a short word in the comments, something that reflects what you're carrying today. Not for others, just as a small way of acknowledging it. And if someone comes to mind, someone who might need a moment like this, you can share it with them quietly. No pressure, just a simple gesture of care. For now, go into this day without rushing ahead of yourself. Let things unfold one step at a time. You don't need to have everything figured out. Just stay present and keep moving forward, gently.